All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. The link right down in the video description is in the chat. Click it. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com, online marketplace official. General Sarasun Seti DVD, lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for you, family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out the catalog, get you something nice, shop and save and shop. That's right, family. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, Seti University. Over 2,000 videos, fire video presentations, over 40 different subjects. Plus, we got the grandmaster teachers, handpicked documentaries and lectures on our African history, spirituality, and Black divinity. There is not another website on the planet that can compare or compete for all the Black Power truth seekers. This is mandatory for you. Get on over there. It's built just for you, family. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come, exclusive live stream, too hot to handle on YouTube, or just so exquisite we keep it for our family on Patreon. Over 500 exclusive live streams on Patreon, never to be seen on any other platform. Plus, you get the perk, the greatest perk of seeing the general go live, lecture platforms. You already know it's nothing but fire. Become a patron today. As soon as you become a patron, a treasure chest of wisdom will open up to you that has never been seen before on any other platform. I'm on Rumble. You should get on over there and join me as I run through the jungle. You see on Rumble, the Black Power scholar that won't stumble or fumble. You want to get on over there and witness that roller coaster ride with the general. I know you do. Subscribe today. All the family out there, donate to the general. I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate to the general, link in the video descriptions is in the chat. Click it, donate. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, very sad story here. We got a young brother, Rylo Huncho, who could, on IG Live, playing with them pistols. We haven't learned yet. Playing with them pistols, playing with that heat, and the young brother not knowing he had the pistol off of safety, shoots himself in the head. Tragic. On right there on live, IG. And so, we send our condolences out to the young brothers, his family and his loved ones, and all those that follow the young brother, in his passing, but this just show you, man, we got to learn, man, that, let me tell y'all something about these pistols. This is not we have to learn this shit. We do everything with a pistol, but what we supposed to do with the motherfucker. You see, pistols is for war, man. Pistols is for killing motherfuckers. That's what they for. There ain't no other motherfucking, what else you gonna do with it? And so you don't play with instruments of warfare like that. You got to be, you got to know exactly what the fuck you doing. When you fucking win too many times, we don't know what the fuck we doing. We think it's a video prop. That's really what we do. Black people, we think that the pistol is a motherfucking video prop. This ain't no motherfucking video prop. That's just like that one motherfucker, that damn actor and shit. You know, he didn't fucked around and shot another. I think it was another actor. What was that? What was Alex Baldwin? You know, in a motherfucking movie and shit. And they didn't, you know, they thinking it's a fucking a movie prop. Your motherfucking real gun, and went off and shot another actor and killed her. You see? And so you think it ain't all no motherfucking games, you know, when you playing with these motherfucking pistols. I ain't waving no. I ain't that. I'm not on that level, nor will I ever be on that level. You know, I'm not no motherfucking you know, like they come in on the Western movies and they spinning they motherfucking guns and say, I believe it's some motherfuckers who lethal like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just not the one. You know, I just want to, just point the motherfucker at another motherfucker and shoot. I would never be in there twirling. And I'm not saying this because I could imagine some shit going off like that. You know, I could imagine some shit happening like that. You know what I'm saying? If I even myself just tried to do, I'm not about to do no shit like that with a loaded gun and I'm going to just spin the motherfucker and twirl it. No. And even when you see, the brother twirl it, when you see him twirl it, it's feeble. I'm just saying it. It wasn't even, like somebody that, got, when they do it with a certain type of strength and energy where it ain't just, you in control of it. You know what I'm saying? It was feeble. It was feeble. I'm just going to be real. It was feeble, meaning that the motherfucker could have fell out his hand and shot him that way. That's, because a lot of motherfuckers, I didn't see motherfuckers drop the pistol on video where they just dropped the motherfucker out their hand and shit. As a matter of fact, I believe, let me see. Let me see if I got it in here. Let me see if I got it in here. I thought I did. I think that's it right there.
Virginia that went by the name Rylo Huncho tragically lost his life this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the audio out and just, that's the brother right there. And so, yeah, you can see, see how he holding it. You know what I'm saying? It's very loose and shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be holding no pistol like that, man. You know what I'm saying? When you grab a motherfucking pistol, man, you supposed to put that motherfucker in your fist. You feel me? You grab that motherfucker and you know what I'm saying? You hold that motherfucker, man. You feel me? I ain't no master or nothing like that, but I understand that. You know what I'm saying? You put that motherfucker in your hand, and that will give you, when you hold that motherfucker, that give you an opportunity to put that motherfucker on the mark. You see? And so, that's just shit we got to learn. That a gun is a gun is not a toy. It's not a motherfucking video prop. You see, it's none of that. It's a weapon of mass destruction. That's what it is. It's a weapon of mass destruction. It's for killing. That's what it's for. That's what it was made for. It was made for killing. And you have anytime you do anything else other than that with it, you mistreating it for what it is. Now if you're not kill, it could be for self-defense, but it's still, when you pop a motherfucker, you pop you literally, yeah, you can do it without killing somebody, but it's a weapon of mass destruction. You shouldn't handle it for no other reason other than that. Defense, you see, defense, And if you have to defend yourself, ultimately when you pull it's a possibility that you might kill. You know, anytime you pull it out the holster, you see, if it's resting in the holster, that's one thing. But when you whip it, and when that motherfucker come up out that motherfucking holster, then it's armed. You know, it's just like when they hit, on the missiles and they pull and they turn that motherfucking key on the missiles, it's armed. It's armed. And so when you pull that pistol up out that goddamn holster, if you got one, it should be in one. It should be in. If you pull it out, it shouldn't be no reason you pull it out. Unless you practicing or whatever, and you put that motherfucker, all that toying and shit, all that toying with the motherfucking playing games, that's very loose. That's very loose. But when you understand the power of that motherfucker, you understand the power of that motherfucker, and you see the lives that have been lost, the lives that have been taken with it, you become, you respect it for what it is. You respect it for what it is. And so I just hate to see, a young brother lose his life like that, in front of the world too. That's not something, and I'm not here to scorn the young brother, but this is for all the other young brothers out there that might be watching and shit. This shit ain't no game out here, man. You can't be fucking, just, toying with, shit that can bring, your complete demise like that, man. When I was going to school, I remember, man, cats and shit had been playing with guns and shit. Man, they end up making mistakes and shit and shooting they motherfucking homies and shit. They didn't mean, but you see, we got to quit saying, because, see, this is not something you should be, I didn't mean it. Motherfucker, this is a weapon of mass destruction. You see, this is a motherfucking weapon of mass destruction. So you don't get an opportunity. But see, a lot of times we don't get trained right. We don't get trained right at all. We don't get trained. We don't. We fuck up in that part. And that's just something that we as black men, we missed our mark in that. A lot of us have. We don't get the kind of training that other communities get, other peoples get, as far as, holding that heat like that. A lot of times hunting is, that's a part of, they people's culture where they hunt, and they put that pistol in their hand at a young age. I didn't get that. But the pistols was available now. They was available. They was right there. They always available. But you would think, as plentiful as these pistols is in the black community, that we would be more trained in how to handle the motherfucker than, and we seem to be, in many instances, and I don't want to speak again, but the least, because these motherfuckers is trained even to their sickness, where you see a lot of these motherfuckers just come in on babies, women, anywhere they can, and just start shooting and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta, they be having some training behind them. But, even to their own demise, and to other people's demise, and to their own sickness, but we don't get that kind of training at all. And so most of our training is watching these silly ass videos and shit. A lot of these silly ass videos, and motherfuckers think this shit is a game, and it's not a game. It's not a game at all. And so, like I said, I remember when I was going to school, one of our mans in there, man, he had killed one of his friends, shot him by mistake. It was a mistake. And you could see when he didn't come back to school for a while. He was out for about 2 weeks, and when he came back, you know how niggas is. Niggas is unmerciful. They like, yeah, you a killer, nigga. But you could see the hurt that was in his eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? He knew he had went past the point of no motherfucking return. You know, when you take somebody's life, ain't no undoing that shit. You know, it's done. It's done. And so, yeah, you could see in his eyes where he had went past the point, of which he could, change the dynamics of the situation. And we just, and it just go on and on and on with us. And just on and on and on. Motherfucker make a mistake, shoot his man in the back of the head and shit, playing games and shit and all that. He's some silly ass, and I'm not talking specifically of this young brother. But I'm just talking about how some motherfucker just play with the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They just play with it like, motherfucker, listen here, man. You gonna fuck around and you gonna make a motherfucker have to do you, man, because you careless. You want to be old silly ass nigga. You ain't got, your life might not be where you want it to be, and you just a silly motherfucker. And you might, you play with it and shit because you ain't really serious about life. See, that motherfucking pistol will let a motherfucker know where he at. As far as, responsibility, certain shit, like I say, if you serious about life and something like that could, easily take your ass up off of here, you handle that motherfucker with a certain care and responsibility. You handle that motherfucker with a certain care and responsibility. And just like I said, if you ain't ready to do what is created to do, then you leave that motherfucker in the holster unless you train it. You training. Even then, you training to hold that motherfucker properly. You training to be responsible. It's not just the tactic of, you holding that pistol, but you training mentally also, because that's really where it's here. That mental training. That's where it fall back on, that mental training. What to do, when to do it, because too many times we out here fucking with the gun and doing this shit and to our own demise. But when it's time for, one of our brothers to step forward and use that motherfucker for the cause of the people, we can't find no motherfucking body. We can't find no motherfucker. It ain't a nigga to be found nowhere in the land. But any other day, when it comes to the demise, ambush of his own, just plotting and planning the demise of his own. You feel me? That's what we do. Polices and shit, motherfucker, jump, motherfucking police come down the street with a 38, a motherfucking a snub nose 38, and motherfuckers is hiding in the motherfucking house. You can't even find the motherfucker. Some areas they ain't gonna be able to do that, but nevertheless, it speaks volumes that, because if they felt, if motherfuckers was serious about that heat, they know motherfuckers not serious about it. Yeah, they know motherfuckers not serious about it, because if they would, they would be under terror threat to bring their ass down into our community. It would be no different than going off in Iraq or motherfucking Afghanistan. In some places it is, but we talking about on the average. We talking about every day, all day. If motherfucker would train, to deal, they would do their damnedest to keep them goddamn pistols off the street. They would do their goddamn damnedest to keep the pistols off the street. But because they know that our brothers, the majority of our brothers, or a nice percentage of our brothers, have no responsibility when they fuck with that pistol. They don't have the mental stability. They don't know what is really for. They do, but they don't have the spiritual and the mental training to use it for what is really meant to be used for. Not as, to a defense, to in a sense of defense. That's what it's for. And ultimately it's a weapon of mass destruction. When you pull that motherfucker, if you have to pull it, then the possibility that life might be lost is great possibility. It's a great possibility that life could be lost. And so, if we understood that, a lot of our brothers don't understand that at all. They don't understand that at all. It's a fucking game. It's a tool of pillaging. It's a tool of pillaging their own goddamn community. And they've never used it too much to defend their community. With all these goddamn pistols that they got down here, and there shouldn't be no crime. If motherfuckers were spiritual and morally correct, shouldn't be no motherfucking crimes. With all this goddamn heat that we possess down here, but we don't use it none other than pillaging our own people and committing acts of crime on ourselves. And a lot of times we get up on these videos, and that's just the soundtrack of murder music, of what's going on in these streets. And of course, this motherfucking wicked ass government and the powers that be, the fucking industry, and the presidents of music, organizations and corporations and all of that continue to promote murder music and they push that shit into our community. The videos were nothing. Every motherfucker got a automatic rifle, a motherfucking automatic rifle in their hands, a semi-automatic, automatic, and everybody got a motherfucking automatic handgun and shit, a fucking killing machine. You literally, you let this motherfucker off, 5 motherfuckers gonna die, immediately from the rapid fire. You know what I'm saying? You shooting motherfucker, and so you done shot 100, you done shot 50 fucking rounds in less than goddamn 7 seconds and shit. You letting off that many goddamn rounds, and everybody in the video got a goddamn a killing machine in their hand. What are we promoting? What the fuck is we doing? Why the fuck is we allowing this shit? So this government is wicked. And the crazy shit is, you can type some shit on Facebook. Yeah, a motherfucker was talking shit not too long ago, and I cussed his motherfucking ass out. Before I hit the motherfucking sin, I was cussing his bitch ass out too. You know what I'm saying? I was calling him all type of punk motherfuckers and shit. And soon as I hit the send button, that motherfucker came up and it said, this sound like one of this sound like one of your other posts that we banned or pulled down and shit. Yeah, it came right on up saying, yeah, this sound just like you, man. This sound like some shit that you've been cussing motherfuckers out. And talk, and I talk crazy. When a motherfucker talk crazy, I let a motherfucker know I'm already over the ledge, motherfucker. You ain't ready to see me. I'm already over the ledge. Okay, so that's all. I'm just letting you know that, motherfucker. And so, soon as I put the shit up, then boom, motherfucker. But see, why is that not done on a escalated level when it comes to these motherfuckers making these videos with all this automatic heat and shit and this, that, and the third? If you get up on the internet and you post a gun and shit and they'll block that shit. They might call the police, but as far as them videos on the escalated level, they don't do a motherfucking thing about that. Yeah, they don't do a motherfucking thing about that. They promote that shit. And then the ability to get all that motherfucking heat in the hood and shit. And they know every serial, every motherfucking gun, that, it's a serial number on that motherfucker. It let you know where that motherfucker was made at and every motherfucking thing. And so, however, whatever, when they make that motherfucker in the factory and how I get to the whatever dealers and shit and how I get down here, there's a system, and they know where them guns is going. There ain't no goddamn doubt about it. They know exactly where they're going. And so they flood our goddamn community with nothing but heat to continue for our people in they you know, and but at the same time, just because a motherfucker do something don't mean that you got to play a part in his motherfucking wicked plan to bring about your own demise. So ultimately, you got to have enough sense to see what the fuck is happening and not be a pawn in the motherfucking game. At the end of the day, we can't keep saying, oh, the mother, yeah, we know what he's doing. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what your enemy's supposed to do. He's supposed to give you the tools and fuck over your head and shit so that you would do it to yourself. That's what your enemy's supposed to do. That's the ultimate in war, to get your enemy to do what we're doing to ourselves every motherfucking day. That's the ultimate in war. So you can't say, oh, he's doing that. No, if you know that's what he's doing, and the fact you still participate in it, see, that's the shit that we got to deal with. That's the shit. We can't keep saying, oh, no, nigga, no. Take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for what's happening in your community. You have a lot to do with what's happening. You are responsible and you can change it. You see, you can change. You got the power to change it. And you can, and we could build, we can be an energy that repels that type of shit if we choose to, and we have not chose, why? Because of self-hate. We don't, because of not having love for ourselves, not having love for our people, not having love for what we see when we look in the mirror, not having love for, our people being divine. And we are being a divine people. We see everything other than that. And so when we have a self-hate that's so destructive that, it's easy for us to kill, but no love, no black love, no respect for self, no respect for community, no respect for our sisters and children, no respect for our brothers to be one as we. You know what I'm saying? We don't see that. And until we do, it ain't going to be it's just going to be a continuous downslide out here in the community. So today when we see this young brother, make a very terrible mistake. Wow. Just, I don't even know how young this brother was. How old was he? How old was this young brother, man? He couldn't have been too. Let me see. Oh, he's 17. Wow. 17 years old. Wow. 17. Wow. That's painful. That's painful. 17. That's painful. Yeah, that young brother and his mama said that she walked in and see her son laying on bleeding and shit like that. Yeah, that's a hard one now. That's a hard one to accept. But may the ancestors grab the young brother's spirit and take him on to a mentor, and may they, he find peace and in the hereafter. You feel what I'm saying? And may we learn from this. We still learning, and it don't look like we gonna learn because this shit been going on for so many years now. It ain't stopping. It's not changing, but we still have to push forward. We still have to believe that, that we can make the change. We cannot, give in to, despair, because once you give in to despair, it's over. And that's something we cannot do. So we always have to look to a better future. You feel what I'm saying? So family out there, show love, show condolences to the young brother, and let's each one teach one. You feel me? Share that wisdom anywhere and any place that you can. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.